talking about the Matt Rife comedy special, the last one that was on Netflix. We're going to start with something light, so we're going to talk about his outfit. Outfit for me in comedians and stand-up specials is very big to me. I feel like they should always be different so you can tell which special is which special based on the outfit. I know comedians probably don't think about it, but since I'm not a comedian, I do think about it, and I am into fashion, so I do also think about it. I always refer to Eddie Murphy, his two stand-ups. People usually be like, oh, the one where he had the purple outfit on or the one where he had the red outfit on. So that's how people usually know the difference between the two. So with Matt Rife, I like what he had on. I like the two little matchy set, the black. It stood out because I feel like in his other 2 or 3 stand-up specials, I don't know if he considered that he has 2 previous to this one or 3. Because I know he had the red flags, the crowd work. So if he considered that, then 3. But he just usually wear jeans and like a shirt, which is like, which one is which? I don't know which special is which special. But yeah, the one he had for Netflix I like. Maybe because he was on Netflix, so he stepped it up. When he first started, I feel like he started a little slow. I'm very into storytelling comedy, so I feel like he picked it up around a quarter in or midway in when he started talking about his stepdad and telling that story. And obviously you have to lead up to that, so obviously I get the stuff before that. You do have to lead up to, you know, the ghost thing and intertwining that and bringing it in. So I do understand why he did that. But yeah, I think it started to pick up around midway. I feel like the stuff about the women, the crystals, maybe that was for a specific crowd. I could have did without that. That was kind of boring. I actually have to go back to the first like couple minutes because all the outrage people were talking about him, and he promotes DV, and I had to go back because I clearly brushed right past that because he has talked about way worse stuff in that special and also on YouTube. So I think people was looking for something to be mad about. That's why I don't like when comedians do their stand-up on Netflix or mainly Netflix, because Max and things like that I don't think they get too much outrage, but Netflix is the main one that gets the most outrage, I think, because people go into it looking for something for him to say that is offensive, and I think that it's like a writer on it. Like his previous specials on YouTube, I think, is for people that really love comedy and really either like him or love comedy and wanting to see. But Netflix is more of the casual fan, so it's like gonna be more rooms for outrage. I feel like with outrage, especially with the DV, what he said about that, obviously, you know, it is a joke. I think when people get outraged, you have to first think to yourself, is what you're getting outraged about, do you really think this person has been involved in DV, or do you think that they actually promote DV? If the answer is no to both of them, then it's like, you know, it's a joke and there's no outrage. It's not like there's allegations out on him and he's making a joke about it or something. It's like clearly just a joke. And he also says, testing the waters to see if I can make a joke about this. I don't know what people want people to make jokes about, sunflowers or rainbows or, people gonna say that's offensive, they're gonna say something about gay. It's like, come on, they're doing too much. It's not that serious. Like, obviously he really doesn't believe that. He really doesn't believe in DV. I hate when people make a joke and people are like, oh my gosh. It's like, y'all turned the special on to find something that was wrong with it, which is actually annoying. It's like, if you don't want to laugh and don't like stand up, then it's not for you. Then if it really was offensive to you, either turn it off or just keep watching and skip to some other stuff. People love to say something that's offensive when it's about their group or people or something they experience, but they'll laugh at something else about somebody else, which is actually crazy. But back to the best special, because I would have did the special before the outrage or as soon as I saw it, because I love watching stand-up. Stand-up is my favorite thing to watch. Even on people I don't know, I just love watching stand-up. Like, I watched his previous stand-ups, and I was worried, because I was like, Netflix is probably going to censor him. It's not going to be as good as the other 2. I'm going to say 2 and not 3, because the third one is the crowd work special. Not that that's not a special, but it's not what I'm going to count. I'm just going to say that. So, like I said, it did start off a little slow. I was like, they probably cut some stuff out. He's not being able to be as free as he wants to be. But as it picked up, I was like, okay. When he got to the storytelling, then I love the whole thing about the flight, what happened on his flight, which I heard him tell a story, but to hear it on the actual stand up, it was good. And the name Natural Selection, at first I didn't like it, but when I went back to watch the first couple minutes and skim through the rest, because I did watch it when it first came out, I get why he called it that, because it's like actually predicted what would happen. Everybody got offended by what he said, which is natural selection. It's like, if you can't take a joke, or you don't understand, or you cannot comprehend, then natural selection. So that everybody that's offended is like, the special was making fun of you, natural selection. So he saw that coming. So I get the point of it, but I wish it would have been more. Like, his first stand-up was OnlyFans, which was to get people eyes on him because people think he's attractive. OnlyFans was super popular at that time. Still popular, but more popular at that time. So I get that. That was smart. Great marketing. Then his second stand-up was about, his family, mainly his grandpa. So he called his full name Matthew Stephen Rife, which was great. I love stand-up. It's like about people's family, and you really get to know them through their stand-up in a funny, comedic way. Like, I love that. I thought that was great. So, I will say that the woman that commented on his stuff and was, like, harassing him and bullying him, then he said something back, she acted like she was a victim. I hate when people talk about people like celebrities and all that, and then when they say something back, it's like, oh my god, you said something back, oh my goodness, I can't believe you did that to me. It's like, you started it, you bullied them, and then when somebody says something back to you, you are mad about it. It's like you slap that person, then they punch you. Ooh, I'm not talking about DV, this is just not actual, it's theoretical. People get so mad. It's like, you didn't have to say anything to that person. So anything you get after that, especially with words, is just what you get. So when he was talking about that lady, it's like, oh well. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Let me see if I'm missing anything. The outfit is very big to me. He started slow, like I said, like the crystals and all that. I could have did without that. Sorry, my nose is running. I could have did without that. It was real slow to me. But like I said, maybe he did that for a specific audience, because, a lot of younger people watch him. Not really, I think, for the stand-up, but for, I guess, how he looks or whatever, how he presents. So maybe he did that to talk about them, or maybe that was something that he thought he could make a story out of, but I didn't really love it. But the DV thing where another thing I don't like, when comedians, hold on real quick. Intermission. That's why you can't take breaks. I can't remember what I was saying. Alzheimer's. Oh. Remembered. Okay. Another thing I don't like that comedians do, and I don't care if you do it when you go to your city, but when it's actually, you're doing a stand-up special and like you're gonna premiere it to the world, I don't like when comedians specifically talk about the city that they're in or the state that they're in. It's like, yeah, I get it when you go to different cities where you're just doing your regular tour dates. That's perfectly fine. Obviously, I get why you do that. When you're shooting the special, no, it's not relatable to the mass group of people. It's only relatable to your crowd. So I feel like if you're shooting a special, don't necessarily mention it to. And I guess why he did, because he was tying in his grandpa or whatever. But typically, I prefer comedians not to do that. Like I said, if you're doing tour dates, it's fine. But when you're doing a special, don't talk about specific cities. Like I said, because it's not relatable to the audience. It's going to be a ride range of audience. But I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, like with the Netflix thing, obviously it's going to be more backlash because the casuals are watching. That's why I'm glad Andrew did the special on his own. I think more comedians should do the special on their own. Yes, it's getting more eyes on you, but if you're like a comedian that goes against the grain, it's not really benefiting you because those eyes are just being negative and not understanding the art of comedy. Like I said, I don't know what people want people to talk about. I don't know if they want people to talk about skipping through the park. I don't know, but it's like clearly a joke. Clearly he doesn't truly believe in that. And if you think that he truly does, then maybe that's another thing that you need to take up with yourself. If you thought that about him in the first place, why'd you even click on it? But I hope that is all. Like I said, so far, like I feel like none of his stand-ups have been bad. Like this one, like I said, did start off slow, but then he picked up. I was like, I got a little worried. I was like, ooh, this going a little slow. Like Monique's, some stuff starts slow and I'll never pick up. I'm gonna review that too in a minute, although that was a minute ago. But like I said, I watch stand-up, so I'll review that. Hopefully I don't need to get a refresher because it was a while ago, but. On this channel, I will say I'm going to be doing stand-up reviews. I think maybe mostly, but I think I just want to do stand-up. There's so many stand-ups that I've watched, whether it's back in the day, whether it's now. It's going to be more stand-ups to come. Like, I have a lot to review that I have already watched. So I think I'm just going to do stand-ups. I know it's not like a lot of people just reviewing stand-ups. Obviously, they review them here and there, but like, I don't know if there's a channel that only reviews stand-up and if there is, it's probably someone who is a comedian doing it, but I have no desire to be a comedian because I'm an introvert and I do not like people staring at me. Although I'm doing this video, and this is my first video, I don't know if I'm going to post it, but I thought I'd give it a try because I do have a strong opinion about stand-ups and everything in general, really, but stand-ups because I grew up watching it. I love stand-up. I grew up watching stand-up. I love stand-up. I grew up watching, Comic View and all the stand-up shows, Who Got Jokes, and all of that. So, I really love it. My top 3 comedians are Ernest J, because I grew up watching him, so he's always going to be my number 1. Eddie Murphy, because he only has 2 stand-ups, but I'm glad he stopped there, and hopefully he doesn't put another one out. Just stop while you're ahead, because if Come to America is any indication of a stand-up, then you can have that. I know that's not about that. I might do a video on that later. I don't know. And Cat Williams, because he's consistent. Like, he has, I don't even know how many stand-ups at this point, and he has been consistent. Obviously, some are better than others, but nothing is bad. So, at this point, I'm just rambling, but like I said, Matt Rife's second stand-up, so Matthew Stephen Rife was probably the best. And then, I don't know how I feel about this one yet, because like I said, it started off slow. Like, I went back and watched it and laughed more. Maybe because people are offended, so when people are more offended, it's kind of more funny. But I went back and watched, like, skimmed through. I didn't watch those. I just literally skimmed through a minute here, a minute there, 30 seconds here, so I could get a little quick refresher. But I think Matthew Stephen Rife is his best one, because like I said, I love when something is authentic in storytelling and special to the person that's telling it. So I know that was probably his most special one to him too, because it's about his grandpa, which I love. So that's one for me. OnlyFans might be 2, but like I said, it's been so long since I watched it. I remember liking it, but I feel like he was, that was his first stand-up, so he was probably testing the waters, as he likes to say. So I don't know, maybe that might be 3rd. This one might be 2nd for me. OnlyFans might be 3rd, and Natural Selection might be 2 for me. And like I said, I'm not going to count the crowd work, although that's not. Oh, and speaking of crowd work, I get how he ended, because people are like, oh, he's just a crowd work comedian. He's not a real comedian. So I get why he put that in there, but I just wish he would have kind of ended differently, with more of a bang. I think he probably thought that was a bang. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of really was feeling it. And I do like when comedians have callbacks. I feel like he didn't really have a callback this one. You know, Kevin Hart is big on it. All right, all right, all right. Like he's big on the callback. So that's why you want people to take something away. So, and you want people to know what the title is. So you kind of want to talk about it in the special or refer back to it. But he did. I was like, why is this called natural selection? Then when he said it about the flight, he was like, you know, natural selection, whatever, because people are a little slow. People don't really get it, aren't as fast paced, aren't as fast thinkers, aren't logical, or just everybody wants to be offended by every little thing. It's kind of annoying, but so when he said that, then I was like, okay, I get why it's called natural. Like, and even me skimming it, I was like, okay, he's talking about the woman online and then flight attendant, you know, all that. So I guess like it's for who it's for and it's not for who it's not for, you know. So I do get that, but it's like that was really the only callback. Like OnlyFans was, like I said, it's catchy, so you remember that one. Then his name, obviously, you're always going to remember when somebody names a stand up, you know, after their name. So, but natural selection was cool, but I wish a different title. But it's not like I can think of a title right now, so I don't like to say so without giving a suggestion. So I guess that's fine. I get why he named it that. But that's all. I feel like I'm kind of repeating myself at this point. I don't know. It's a good stand-up special. If you haven't watched it. Can be sensitive and watch it. If you're sensitive, I don't know what comedian is like pretty. Go watch Kev on Stage or something. I don't know. No offense to Kev on Stage. I'm just saying he's more like a family-friendly comedian. Like, I don't think he's doing things that might be offensive to people. So, like, go watch him or someone. I don't know who else. Don't watch stand-up at all. Just watch TV. Okay, bye. See you next time. Sit downs with V. Peace.